Hey guys, Metal Driver here, back with another WWE Elite review. Today I'll be looking at the WrestleMania Elite Series Build-A-Figure Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin. On the side of the box you see an image of Stone Cold. Then on the back you see another image, a brief bio, career highlights, a description of this figure, the Vince McMahon Build-A-Figure piece, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Alright, so that was the box. Let's not waste any time, let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look at Steve Austin. Alright, and here we have the Texas Rattlesnake out of the packaging. But before we take a look at the figure, let's look at the accessories that he comes with. He comes with a pair of gripping hands and a pair of pointing fingers. Because we all know that Stone Cold Steve Austin is famous for pointing a finger, just not these ones. So it's to be expected, we're not getting any middle fingers from Mattel, but it is what it is. Luckily for me, I have my own pair of middle fingers that I can use for any of my Austin figures. Then we also get the Vince McMahon head sculpt. This is not brand new, we did receive this before in a previous 80s version of McMahon, so it looks pretty decent. The paint overall looks pretty good, although it does look a bit off-center on the eyes, but I'm pretty sure that's just mine. The hair looks good, the lips look good, so do the eyebrows, so overall pretty good head sculpt. And then of course, as all Steve Austin figures must have his entrance vest, so he comes with that. It says SCSA for Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then OMR for one more round. I got it right this time. Get a little skull here, so that looks pretty good. Paint looks pretty good on the letters here and here. Same thing on the skull. Pretty crisp, clean line work. Then on the back, you get another skull, but it is missing the words here. So we actually got that same vest from WrestleMania 19 with the Hall of Fame Stone Cold figure. On the back it says bulletproof on that one. So that is actually what the vest should look like. That's what the vest that he had on at WrestleMania 19 said. So that is a little disappointing that we do not get this on here. A bit lazy on Mattel's part, possibly just cutting some corners to save on costs, but either way kind of sucks that we don't have that. And then looking at the head sculpt, this is not brand new. We actually received this before with the Ultimate Edition Stone Cold figure, but I do like the choice in the head sculpt. It is different. This is the first time we're seeing it on an Elite figure. So the sculpting looks good. The paint for the most part is pretty good, although mine has a couple minor QC issues. Probably can't really tell on camera, but he is missing a little bit of mustache paint on the upper lip, and he's got a little bit of pink on there as well. He also has a little bit of pink on the lower lip, so that's probably extra paint from the tongue. But aside from that, everything else looks good. The eyes look pretty good, so are the eyebrows, and of course the head sculpt is sculpted well. And then we get the standard Stone Cold body that we have seen many times on pretty much all the other Elite figures. And then the brand new thing about this figure is that he has double jointed elbows. So the only other time that we have seen double jointed elbows was on the Ultimate Edition, and that one had the pinned double jointed elbows. These are pinless, so that's nice. So, brand new arms for this Austin figure. And for me, I love articulation, so let's go ahead and test out how the stunner looks on this figure with the double jointed elbows. Now, I'm going to assume it's not going to be a perfect pose, because he does not have the butterfly joints that the Ultimate Edition has. But let's see here. Actually, no, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I really like how that looks. Even without the butterfly joints, you can almost get the arms fully clasped on the opponent's head. So this is really nice. It's something you could never do with the single jointed elbows. So actually, I like how this turned out. And let's go ahead and stun the Rock. So yeah, that posing looks pretty good. And there goes the Rock, flipping and flopping. He just couldn't help himself. Then looking at the rest of the body, he's got black trunks, black knee pads, black knee braces, his Texas tattoo on his left calf, which is painted really well, and standard black boots, so pretty much the same on all the Steve Austin figures. Then going over the articulation, head is on a ball joint, so it looks that high up, that far down, so not a big range there. Can turn side to side and tilt pretty well. Shoulder goes that high up. Rotates all the way around, biceps swivel, beautiful double jointed elbows, swivel and hinge at the wrist, ab crunch, he goes that far forward, that far back, so great range, waist swivel, legs go that far out, so excellent range there, they go that high up, thigh cut, double jointed knees that are not hindered by this knee pad or the brace, swivel at the top of the boot, ankle goes, ankle's really tight on that one, so let's try the left one. That goes that high up, and I just pinched myself. Ow. They go that far down. Holy cow. Yep, I was not kidding. I really pinched myself on that ankle. I am bleeding. Anyways, they go that far down, and he has some decent ankle pivot, and I'm gonna go wash this blood off.
5 minutes later.
Alright, I'm back. Here's the new Elite WrestleMania Stone Cold Steve Austin, next to the Best of the Attitude Era Austin, next to the Hall of Fame Austin with the WrestleMania 19 vest, the Defining Moments Austin, the Royal Rumble Austin, the Ultimate Edition Austin with the same head sculpt, and finally here they all are with their vests on, starting with the Ultimate Edition on the far left, the new WrestleMania Stone Cold, the Defining Moments, and finally the Royal Rumble Stone Cold Steve Austin. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the new WrestleMania Elite Stone Cold Steve Austin? Well, aside from the one gripe that I have, which is that the vest doesn't have the words bulletproof on the back, which it should, aside from that, I think objectively speaking, this is the best Elite Stone Cold Steve Austin figure. Now, is it the best Austin? No, that one goes to the Ultimate Edition Stone Cold. And for obvious reasons, that has many more pieces of accessories and more points of articulation. So that one is, in my opinion, the best Stone Cold figure. But as far as Elites go, this is the best one. It's got a good set of accessories, and best of all, he has double jointed elbows. And in my opinion, that goes a long way in making a figure better than the previous versions. So I think for those reasons, and the fact that it's supposed to represent Stone Cold's final match, I think this is a great figure to add to your collection. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. If you want a chance to get a shout out in the next video, leave a comment down below just like Andre Black did, saying that you are the best wrestling figure reviewer in the game. Thank you, I appreciate that. Follow me on social media so you can be up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.